Welcome to ACC. Welcome to ACC Student News.
The news students can use. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Joselin. Here are this week's stories. 2 men are dead and 3 others are injured after an attack on a synagogue in Greater Manchester, England. Police are saying that 3 suspects have been arrested under suspicion of commission, preparation, and instigation of the attacks. They are calling this attack an act of terrorism. 1 victim was stabbed and a second was struck by a car that was driven by members of the public. Police shot the attacker within 7 minutes of the first call. A large number of people were worshiping at the Heaton Park Synagogue during Yom Kippur.
A former Iowa superintendent was arrested by ICE agents, has been accused of living in the U.S. illegally, and possessing firearms. Ian Roberts was arrested following a brief police chase and is fighting deportation to Guyana. He listed MIT Sloan School of Management as a school where he studied, but according to the university spokesperson, they have no records of him attending. In 2024, a judge had revoked his work authorization due to another court decision against Roberts with a gun charge. Roberts waived his right to a detention hearing preliminary examination and is still in custody.
The search is on again for Amelia Earhart's long-lost plane that crashed when she was attempting to become the first female pilot to circle the world. Researchers from Purdue University is set to travel to the South Pacific to determine if an anomaly on a remote island is a wreck of her lost place. The Purdue Research Foundation and Archaeological Legacy Institute will send a team to inspect the object in November. If this is her plane, they plan to transport it back to Purdue West Lafayette since the Purdue Research Foundation originally paid for it. They also mentioned that Earhart did work for the university for 2 years in the 1930s.
President Trump says he wants to use American cities as a military training ground at a meeting with military generals and minerals. Trump stated that cities such as San Francisco, Chicago, New York, and Los Angeles have been taken over with civil disturbances that he referred to as enemy within. Defense Secretary Culture also spoke about ending the woke culture at the Pentagon and also announcing new male-level physical fitness standards for military officials. Hegseth vowed to end the era of unprofessional appearances, including beard extensions. He acknowledged a move that may include women from serving. Trump explained the purpose of the meeting as an exercise in generating a possible opportunity to galvanize his troops.
The Eiffel Tower closes due to strikes held all across France due to the number of protesting in the streets of Paris. Protesters took the streets of more than 200 towns and cities across France to denounce spending cuts and demand higher taxes on the rich. Thousands of workers, retirees, and students marched on the city. The nationwide strike was called by France's major unions that are urging the prime minister to abandon draft budget measures proposed by his predecessor. Some of these include social welfare freezes and other measures that will further erode the purchasing power of low-paid and middle-class workers.
The government hits its 3rd day of being shut down with no signs of a resolution. Senators remain divided over a House-passed bill to extend funding for 7 days. Democrats are demanding an extension of health care, tax credits, and restrictions on the president's ability to resign in the funding approved by the Congress. The Trump administration is also weighing layoffs of federal workers, possibly by the thousands. President Trump stated that he would meet with the head of office management and budget to see which programs could be cut in order to pause or cancel funding for projects in blue states. If no decision is made soon, It will be up to President Trump on what happens next.
That's all the news we have for today.
Stay tuned for more news after the break.
Welcome back to ACC Student News.
Here are the rest of the stories.
The Fat Bear Week is over and the Katmai National Park and Preserve in Alaska has named its fattest bear of the year. Bear 32, also known as Chunk, was crowned the winner of the fattest bear contest. Chunk is a towering brown bear with a broken jaw. This is his first win in the last 3 years as he has been placing second. Chunk's weight is estimated at 1,200 pounds. The Fattest Bear Contest is an annual online competition and it is very popular. This year it attracted over 1.5 million votes from fans who get to watch the bears gorge on a record of salmon. Voters get to review the before and after photos of the bears starting from the summer until the fall.
A Japanese company in Hobart is celebrating the expansion of their plant and hopes to hire hundreds of workers in the next few years. Daifuku has poured $35 million into the Hobart factory, adding 300,000 square feet of manufacturing and office space. It was already the city's largest employer, but now they are hoping to bring more research and development from Japan to serve the United States. The company is the world's largest provider of automated material handling solutions, and it also serves industries like the semiconductors and the automotive industry. Currently, they employ 440 workers and looking to hire another 350. The Hobart plant is now one of the largest conveyor manufacturing plants in North America.
An Indiana state prison is expected to home about 100 adult men being detained prior to deportation by the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Officials confirmed that detainees with no pending criminal charges have started to arrive at the Miami Correctional Facility near Kokomo, Indiana. ICE will be paying almost $300 per detainee per day to use part of the state prison in a 2-year contract. Currently, the state estimates $75 daily to house each of the convicted felons that are in the other part of the prison. The State Budget Committee has already agreed to repurpose $15.8 million in state prison funds to prepare the facility for the ICE detainees.
A suspected meth lab in Crestwood in Illinois sent 8 first responders and an alleged lab operator to the hospital. Upon responding to a call of a person having a medical issue in Crestwood Apartments, Officers smelled chemicals and found a person experiencing a medical emergency. The medical emergency and person's identity has not been released at this time. Officers and firefighters were rushed to a local hospital after inhaling unknown toxic fumes. All 8 first responders were treated and released. The suspected lab operator is also receiving treatment for unknown health problems, and according to Crestwood police, who say a criminal investigation is active.
A second man has been arrested following a string of train attacks in Chicago. Yara Afana was scrolling on her phone on the Chicago Red Line when a man wearing no shoes approached her. She ignored him and walked away when he suddenly punched her in the back of her head. The man was later identified as 37-year-old Derek Rucker. Yara stated she still has a headache from the attack and told reporters this is not Rucker's first attack. Several police reports state Rucker has been flagged for physical and sexual harassment on the Chicago Loop train. This is not the first Loop assault following these patterns, though. In late August, William Livingston, a 32-year-old man, was arrested several times for the same type of attacks. Livingston reportedly punched 2 women in Lincoln Park and several others on the Loop train. Police reports show Livingston has been released after every attack. Chicago residents and the victims of these attacks have been pouring their outrage on authorities via social media.
That's all for the news this week. I'm Lucy.
And I'm Israel. Make sure to check out the rest of our videos on YouTube.
And follow us on Instagram at ACC TV Hammond.